All right, here is the final video, kind of just putting together everything that we've learned in the last sections with graphing and factoring and things like that. So most of our answers, every answer that we've done so far has had two of them, whether it's a regular number, 2 and -2, 7 and -7, or a radical like positive square root 5, negative square root 5. Whatever we've done so far, we've had two answers. But there is a choice. All of our answers, you know, when they cross twice, they look like that, whether they're big numbers or small numbers or decimals. But we did have some in our last section where it only crossed once. So I'm going to show you what that looks like with square roots. And we also had some where they didn't cross at all. And what does that look like when they're square roots? So here is this rule, okay? X squared equals D, D meaning some random number, okay? So if D is bigger than 0, meaning it's a positive number, that's all we've done so far, you're going to get 2 roots. Okay, so if it's a square, a perfect square or not a perfect square, it doesn't matter. You're going to get 2 answers. 2 answers is where it's going to cross, okay? If D equals 0, so if x squared is equal to 0, if it says x squared is equal to 0, that means you are only going to get 1 root. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. You're going to get 1 root. Okay, now if D is less than 0, meaning it's negative, if you get a negative number over there, you are going to get no roots. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 examples of what this looks like. We've been doing 2 roots, but I'm going to show you 1 root and no roots here. So check this out. I'm going to isolate x squared by adding 10 on both sides. X squared equals -10 plus 10 is 0. So check this out. When I go to square root both sides, just like I have been, square rooting both sides, I'm going to cancel that out. X is going to fall out. The square root of 0, there's not a plus or minus 0. Okay, so it's just the square root of 0 is 0, and that's my only answer. Okay, I would never write plus or minus 0. That would be silly to do. Okay, so this is going to give me 1 root. All right, so that happens when there's a 0 over there. When x squared is isolated by itself and it's equal to 0, just like here, right here, when it's equal to 0, that means you're only going to get 1 answer. All right, check this one out. I'm going to subtract 11 on both sides, so I get -5x squared equals, and 16 minus 11 is 5. I'm now going to divide by -5 on both sides to get x squared by itself. X squared is now by itself. 5 over -5 is -1. Okay, so check this out. If I were to go square root this and square root this, if you think back to our very beginning of square roots, I cannot have a negative number in there. I can't take the square root of a negative number. That's in Algebra 2. We'll get there, but not in Algebra 1, not right now. Okay, so when you get a negative right there, you are going to stop. You do not need to do anything. Okay, when x squared is by itself and it's equal to a negative, you are going to stop, meaning that you're going to stop and write no roots. There are no roots. Okay, your answer is no roots, meaning that it would never touch the x-axis. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause your screen. I want you to try these. There's 1 of each. There's 2 roots, 1 root, no roots. And then when you go and unpause your screen, you're going to see all the answers. I already have them done. So go ahead and pause your screen. Try these out. See if you understand it. And then if not, go back and revisit the videos. Okay, or email me a question. But I'm going to show you the answers here. Here's the first one, okay? X squared equals 49. I square root both sides. 49 is a positive number. Notice that's a positive number, so I get 2 roots. Plus 7, minus 7. X equals 7. X equals -7. Okay, check out the next one. I subtract 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. I create a 0 pair, and I have a 0 over here. I take the square root of 0, and 0 is 0, so you get 1 root, meaning it would cross 1 time. That's it. Okay, it would just cross 1 time. And the last one, I subtract 2 on both sides. I then get a negative. A negative, I'm going to stop and write no roots. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. This is a difficult concept. We're going to keep practicing it over the next couple lessons. This is just the beginning of square roots, all right? So let me know.